Ladies and gentlemen, the time has come for the bout the boxing world has been waiting for. The highly anticipated showdown for the undisputed welterweight championship of the world. Weighed in at the welterweight limit of 147 pounds. With a record of 28 wins, no losses, 22 wins coming by way of knockout. Please welcome the renowned, current, undefeated, reigning and defending, unified WBC, WBA, and IBF welterweight champion of the world, introducing the truth, Errol Spence Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, time to welcome out his opponent tonight, boxing out of the blue corner.
Now a fighter from Sydney, New South Wales, tomorrow having his 30th professional fight. He has 26 wins with 18 KOs and 3 World Championship defeats. He is the former world champion and the current world number 4 on the fast track. Back to the top, please welcome Tim Tszyu.
The second that opening bell echoed through the arena, Errol Spence and Tim Tszyu wasted zero time shattering every single doubt that haunted them into fight night.
Ladies and gentlemen, time to welcome out his opponent tonight, boxing out of the blue corner.
Now a fighter from Sydney, New South Wales, tomorrow having his 30th professional fight. He has 26 wins with 18 KOs and 3 World Championship defeats. He is the former world champion and the current world number 4 on the fast track. Back to the top, please welcome Tim Tszyu.
Before we dive into the breakdown of this massive showdown, a quick reality check. Over 85% of you watching right now aren't actually subscribed to the channel. If you love raw, high-stakes boxing breakdowns like this, hit that subscribe button real quick so you never miss a fight. Now let's get straight into it. Tszyu charged straight out of his corner, relentless, hell-bent on dragging this into the brutal, grinding war his team swore was coming. But Spence, after 3 long years in the shadows, he looked dangerously sharp. His jab snapped out like a whip, repeatedly detonating Tim's momentum and carving open clean lanes for that devastating straight left. Tszyu refused to back down. By the middle rounds, the air in the ring turned thick and suffocating. He went to body, erased the distance, and dragged Spence into phone booth exchanges where giving up an inch simply wasn't an option.
Welterweight championship of the world, weighed in at the welterweight limit of 147 pounds. With a record of 28 wins, no losses, 22 wins coming by way of knockout. Please welcome the renowned, current, undefeated, reigning and defending, unified WBC, WBA, and IBF welterweight champion of the world, introducing the truth, Errol Spence Jr.
For a split second, it felt like Tsyu's relentless pressure was finally breaking the dam. Then Spence pivoted. Refusing to play target dummy, Errol began slicing through fresh angles, catching Tim mid-stride, forcing him to reset, and punishing before he could even re-engage. By the time they hit the championship rounds, it devolved into a war of pure grit versus masterclass experience. Tim charging forward on raw willpower, while Spence dismantled him with surgical, soul-crushing precision.
And Tim Tszyu weighs in at 159 pounds, 72.1 kilos, 72.1.
72.1 kilos.
Errol Spence Jr. weighs in at 159 pounds, the same as his opponent, 159 or 72.1 kilos.
When the final bell rang, both warriors had left pieces of themselves in that ring. But Spence's surgical accuracy, sharp jab, and veteran control over the fight's critical moments proved to be the ultimatum. After 3 long years of doubt, Errol Spence Jr. walked out with a hard-earned decision, proving that while time away may have altered him, it couldn't erase the champion everyone remembered.
Well, I'm going to make it. I've trained my hardest, and I'm supremely confident. And of course, it's up to him. But yeah, that is my plan. And like, it's not a personal thing. But yeah, of course, I want to punch him as hard as I can in the face, in the body, every limb. I want to feel in pain. And I do want to make it his last fight, of course.
Before any of those predictions could collide with reality, Spence and Tszyu had one last chance to lock eyes, and somehow, that final press conference blew the stakes through the roof. Tim wasn't selling us fake hype or manufactured confidence, either. He dubbed this a Super Bowl, carried the weight of Australia on his shoulders, and openly admitted that every brutal mile of his journey was leading to this exact moment. Then he glanced at Spence's legacy and dropped a chilling line. The timing feels right. That's cold. Tim wasn't disrespecting Errol's greatness. He was gambling that he's meeting the legend at the exact second the door starts closing. And Spence? He sat there and absorbed it all like someone reading him tomorrow's weather forecast. Unshakable, ice cold. When Tim declared he wanted to force Errol into retirement, Spence casually brushed it off. Everybody says that. You have to love that contrast.
Make sure you tune in. It's going to be a great event from top to bottom. It's going to be I'm going to put on a great show, great performance. Tim is going to come to fight. I'm going to come to fight. And I guarantee you, it's going to end early.
And any final words for your opponent, Tim Tszyu, before we leave?
Nah.
And Errol, we won't get a shake of hands today or even after this fight?
Yeah, maybe after for sure, but not right now. It's wartime.
One man is chasing destiny. The other is executing a routine business transaction. But Errol dropped a chilling truth when he admitted he isn't stepping back in that ring to prove a single thing to us. He's fighting to prove to himself that the fire still burns. That transforms his comeback into something far deeper and more personal than any world title. Then out of nowhere, Spence casually guarantees a stoppage. Excuse me? 3 years of ring rust, fighting in Tim's backyard, stepping into an uncharted weight class. And that's the promise you make? Now you've got my undivided attention. Tim vows to meet him in the center of the canvas. Errol expects nothing less than total war. And when the quiet settled, neither man offered a cheap handshake. Even the face-off carried a different weight. No fake drama, no theatrical circus. Just two cold-blooded fighters staring straight through each other, knowing the talking had finally expired. Tim believes this is his defining moment. Errol believes the lingering doubts are about to be shattered. One man's conviction will be crowned, and the other's entire universe is about to crash into reality.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a lot of questions out there. You know, how's Errol Spence gonna come back? Is he still the same? You know, will he be sharp for a 3-year layoff? Things like that. But you know, I'm ready. I'm focused. Been training hard. I feel like it's not really any pressure on me because I'm not looking to prove anything to anybody. I'm looking to prove something to myself that I still have it.
What's going to happen on Sunday, Errol? What are we going to see in this fight?
First of all, you're going to see a very entertaining fight. If you see my fights, you know I'm always in entertaining fights. If you see Tim Tszyu fight, you always know he's an entertaining fight. So it makes for a perfect clash where I do see myself becoming victorious.
Spence's bulletproof confidence hits entirely different when the last man to go to war with him lands in Australia, echoing the exact same sentiment. Terence Crawford rolled into fight week, and rather than feeding into the 3-year ring rust narrative, Bud tossed it straight into the garbage bin.
I think Errol gonna do good. I think, his body needed the rest. I think he's gonna come back with something to prove. And I think his skills is going to take him to the victory.
You don't think he should have taken a tune-up?
No, I think once you're at a certain level,
Yes.
Once you in training camp and you sparring and that's all the sharpness
Yeah.
you need. I think the first couple of rounds, he's going to be getting the feel and getting back comfortable in there, and everything else is going to fall into place. Muscle memory.
How do you think, style-wise, they'll kind of meet at a head in the fight?
I think, they got tailor-made styles for each other.
Crawford argues that 3 years on the sidelines might have actually been a blessing in disguise, insisting Errol's body desperately needed a reboot, and that his elite skill set is more than enough to dismantle Tim Tszyu. Now, you'd better listen closely to that, because Crawford isn't speculating on what it feels like to stand across from Spence. He knows. He completely shredded the idea that Errol needed a warm-up fight, claiming that when you operate at the apex of boxing, elite sparring, and a brutal training camp will sharpen the blade just fine. Sure, the opening rounds might see Errol downloading data, but once that's complete, Crawford expects pure, lethal muscle memory to hijack the fight. And right here is where his breakdown gets spicy.
I don't know. I think Errol, he's going to come out and try to show something that we haven't seen in a while. Go back to the old Errol, working behind the jab, working behind, smart pressure and breaking them down. I think that's what we'll see. I don't think we'll see a reckless Errol come tomorrow.
Bud is convinced Tszyu's style hand spins everything he craves on a silver platter. You won't need a GPS to locate anyone in this ring. Tim marches straight forward. Errol counters with calculated pressure, and Crawford fully expects that signature Spence jab to dictate terms before dismantling Tim's rhythm piece by piece. That is staggering endorsement coming from the very man who handed Errol his last crushing defeat. But what stands out even more is Crawford flat out refusing to play into some manufactured rivalry sequel. He openly declared he's been a Spence fan since day one, genuinely wants Errol to shine, and made it crystal clear he isn't lurking ringside scouting a rematch. No hidden agenda, no cheap theatrical drama, just pure, unadulterated respect. So while the rest of the world obsessively questions if 3 years stripped Errol Spence of his greatness, Crawford sees a completely different picture. Maybe the engine never died. Maybe it finally got the rest it craved. And if Bud's instinct is right, Tim Tszyu is about to discover, in devastating fashion, just how much of the old monster remains. Now, all the noise, the bold predictions, and the lingering doubts evaporate into a single, explosive night. Does Errol Spence prove this comeback is the ultimate statement? Or does Tim Tszyu turn Sydney into his career-defining masterpiece? Drop your pick in the comment below. Let's hear who you're backing. And hey, if you love real boxing breakdowns, don't forget to smash that like button, share this video, and hit subscribe to Boxing Headquarters. I'll catch you in the next one.